In this video, we're going to be checking out some of the hardest mobs that have been added into Minecraft using this custom data pack called Ultris. This features some insane mobs such as the Corrupted Enderman, the Blazed Kin, and the Phantom Swarm. They're incredibly difficult and we're going to be taking them all on, so here we go. Okay, so first things first, we need to gear up because this is going to be pretty difficult. The Corrupted Enderman is going to be first, and let's get him in here. Okay. So as soon as we hit it, it'll trigger the boss. And there's custom music too. Also, arrows don't really do anything, so you can only crit hit, and it teleports quite far. It is really, it's the easiest of the bosses. Ooh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. And when you get it down to a certain level of health, it then teleports up into the sky. And the only way to get it is to climb up and hit it. Speed builders will be fine. Ooh. Speed builder, I am not. If I keep building, one of these towers will get me where I need to be. Oh, this is a mess. Okay, here we go. We're getting close now. It's terrifying. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And each mob drops different items that you can use. I'm not going to show you what the items do. You can discover that for yourself. Definitely check this pack out. If you thought that boss was difficult, let's check out the next one. Okay, this one's the Ultra Wither. So, the Wither's hard enough. Here's the Ultra Wither. And it's, without a doubt, a lot harder than the normal one. And it has special attacks as well, which don't help the situation, but do allow you to get a bit closer when it does the zoom attack like that. And its regen absolutely annihilates the area. One of the reasons why we're not fighting this thing right next to the base is because it would probably blow up. Ooh. Okay, it's in its state where it's going to be hit. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. There we go. Whew. Okay, so we got Nether Star, and we got an enchanted core. And with it in our inventory, we get 2 extra hearts, so we'll definitely keep that. So bear in mind, I have full enchanted weapons, full enchanted armor, and golden apples. Your mileage may vary if you try this with basically anything else. So I would gear up before you take on any of these bosses. On to the next one. So we just took on the Ultra Wither, now we're going to be taking on the Giant. The Giant's been in Minecraft for, well, ages now, but it's now a boss. A normal zombie has a chance to turn into a giant. And it jumps. And I'm pretty sure it's impervious to bow and arrow damage, yeah, which is always helpful. And the jump does damage too. And it spawns zombies. It is quite a formidable boss. And it spawns swarms. Yeah, definitely make sure you're prepared if you're going to take on any of these bosses, because I think this would be impossible without this netherite armor. Here we go. We'll crit it. We're good. Easy boss, easy. And the boss should have dropped some custom boots, but we'll take the netherite boots because the next boss is pretty tough. So for this boss, we have to set the time to night. This is the Phantom Swarm. I'm not looking forward to this one. You'll see, we've made the hit. And yes, it is literally a swarm of phantoms. But you can hit any of them and do damage, so while it's a very annoying boss because there's so many of them and they can do some significant damage to you. There's so many of them, you can hit any of them and clear a fair bit of damage from them, to be honest. So it's not the end of the world. As long as you're geared up and you have enough, to heal you and an infinity bow, you're pretty set. You'll see, every time I get a hit on just the general area where they are, I'm doing enough damage to basically take down the boss fairly quickly. Like that. It's done. It is a pretty difficult boss should you do this without fully enchanted armor, but it is one of the more tamer bosses that you could feasibly do well with without having to worry too much about gearing up fully, I would say. On to the next one. So this is the Illusioner. It's already in the game, it's hidden, but you can spawn it, but this adds a different mechanic to allow it to spawn. So here we go. Oh look, it's just a harmless pig. Nothing concerning about this pig. But you see it glowing and you think, that's an interesting pig and I need some food. We give it a hit and the Illusioner spawns, and the darkness is very difficult to combat against. And the Illusioner can obviously duplicate itself. It does have spells, this darkness being the more difficult of the spells to deal with. And it has some really cool animation effects as well. But finding the real one is a tad annoying. Like, I'm fully geared up, but I'd be interested to see how much damage this thing does without any armor. Even though let's take the chest piece off and, well, never mind. We got it. But it does drop an enchanted book and a cool banner. So now we're moving on to the last mob that we're going to spawn in before I show off the final two that have their own structures, which is really cool as well. So here we go. Okay, the Shulker Stone. A really interesting one. It is a boss that I believe spawns in the end. And when you defeat it, it drops a cool item, which I'll show you. It also fires this, which is pretty nasty. You can get in close and deal damage. That's probably the better way to do it. Again, if you're geared up, it is a good way to do it. Oh, but it has this spell, which just sends you flying down. So we're going to have to build back up here. Get out of this pit quickly before it destroys what I've been building yet again. Problem is, if you hit any of the stones, it will deal knockback damage. So you need to really get in close and try and avoid when it's going to do that move. Because it is going to try and keep you away. I'm too far away, but I wonder if I can hit it with a bow. From above. No. Okay. Oh. Yeah, very annoying boss to deal with. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Well, I am very lucky, incredibly lucky, that I'm kitted out. I don't have feather falling, so that could have been dangerous. But the item that the Shulker drops is here. It is a Shulker Shell helmet. Now we're moving on to the penultimate boss. This one has its own spawn in the overworld, so we're going to check that out right now. So this is a brand new structure that this data pack adds. This is a Sanctum. The Sanctum Keeper spawns in this room over here, which we're going to face in just a second. But in here there are trapped souls, so if you destroy these, you free the trapped souls. There's some loot that you can find. It's a really cool build, and the boss is up here, so we are just gonna come into survival here, and we're gonna head on up. We're gonna take out the skeleton here, and we're gonna face the boss. Now the boss behaves very similarly to the Illusioner, in the way that it teleports, and it's just really annoying to fight. But here we go. And this is the Sanctum Keeper. It has a ranged attack, and it teleports, like I mentioned, so it is a bit tricky to deal with, and it also duplicates itself and teleports all over the place. It's really difficult to track, and it's got its own custom boss music as well, and a boss location, which is really cool. It does heal itself too if you let it get the heal off, and it will try to get that heal off as much as it can. Ah, this isn't the right one. Where's the real one? There. They were just distractions. Yeah, it is like an Illusioner. Really simple to beat when you have full netherite enchanted armor, I will say. But not everyone's going to have that. So you get the Sanctum Keeper helmet, and then you get this spirit bow. Now, onto the final boss. And we need to switch dimensions for this one, so let's go. So, like the Phantom Keeper, this is a new structure called the Nether Tower. And atop this tower is the boss that we're going to face, known as the Blaze King. But in order to reach it, you can build on the outside, but you still have to face off against some of the mobs in the Nether. Or you can climb the tower gauntlet all the way to the top, collecting some loot along the way. So, you know, it is probably going to be worth your while if you do this. And then once you reach the top, the Blaze King is trapped away. And there's some lore behind all of these mobs as well. But we're going to jump straight into survival mode. And we're going to break the Blaze King out of its cage. And again, it has its own custom music. And it does attack like a blaze. This is probably the hardest mob, just because the blaze's sheer power. Obviously, we have blast protection, so we're pretty good. But let's use this spirit bow. Again, bows aren't really effective against any of these bosses, which is a tad annoying. Oh, this fire is... This is definitely the hardest mob. Yeah, and now it goes invisible, so we can't actually do any damage to it while it's in this state. There we go. But you can just see the sheer amount of attacks that this mob does. It's pretty difficult for us to get in there and... Oof! I'm pretty sure these banners protect it as well. They spin around and do damage to you. I might actually die here. Here we go. Golden apple. So when you beat all the mobs, you obviously get the advancement that you've conquered all of the mobs, and you get some blaze rods. You know, it is a blaze. You get some blaze rods, and you get this Blaze King helmet, and it gives you more power when your health is low, which is pretty cool. But that was all the bosses. Let me know what your favorite boss from this pack was. Mine is probably the Blaze King. It's just the coolest. It's probably going to be the hardest to fight, although the Phantom Keeper is also pretty cool. But let me know in the comments below what your favorite is, and if you want to see me do some more videos like this, then let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!